Hey, what's up, Bridge to College math students? If you go to graded activities here, you're going to see that we are looking at exam checkpoint number 2, which is you'll see week 7. So I kind of wanted to at least do some problems that were similar to it that we've done in this class to help you understand if you've been absent. So for example, we'll go ahead and start with our 1.5 writing and solving one-step equations. So we're going to start with this problem right here. EHS needs to buy 20 cases of paper for the copy machine. The total cost of the paper is $500. What is the price of each case of paper? So I want you to think about what we're trying to do here. EHS, they got to buy 20 cases of paper, right? And so we want to know that the total cost is 500. So the question is, how much was the price of each one? So the variable is x equals, and we're going to put down the price of each case of paper. Sorry if that's a little bit loud. Boom, that's our x variable. So what is the equation that's best going to represent this problem? Well, we know that it is 20 cases of paper that we need. We know x is the price of each case of paper. So it's going to be 20x. So I'm going to write it here. 20x is equal to 500, right? This is going to help us determine, right? 20 times what will give me 500, and that's going to tell me how much each case of paper was. Well, sometimes we don't want to do that guess and check in our minds, right? We want to just be able to do this with an equation, because now if you look at this, the 20 and the x right here, there's like an invisible multiplication symbol whenever you don't see a sign in between. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing, so we're going to divide both sides by 20. And if we do that, we're going to get x is equal to, well, just take out a calculator and we're going to get 500 divided by 20, and we get $25. So I'm going to put a little money sign, and I'm going to put per case. So what did we just solve here? Well, we just solved that if you have 20 cases of paper, each case is $25. And how can you check your work? Well, we can plug this back into our equation, right? We have 20x is equal to 500. Well, let's plug in the 25 for the x. So 20 times 25. There it is. Boom. And we do, in fact, get 500. So now we know that we did everything correctly. And this is helpful because if I was to now ask you, after you solve this out, how much would it cost to get four cases of paper? Well, we know each one is 25, so then we can do 4 times 25. As long as we figured out what that number was, we can now ask you a variety of questions. So that's a little bit of writing and solving one-step equations. So let's go ahead. You can finish up this one right here. Boom, boom. That's a very good one for you to try out. And then I want to just show you how to solve 2 different problems here that are one step. So if you look here, we need to solve this equation, and I always ask you, right, what do you notice is the operation between these two numbers? Well, they're multiplying. So what you got to do is we got to undo it. We got to get x by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by 16. And here we go. We're going to get x is equal to, and we're going to get 200 divided by 16. So let's go ahead and do 200 divided by 16 is 12.5. There you go. Boom. Now, how do we check our work to know if this is right? Well, we're going to take 12.5 and we're going to plug it back into the x. So we're going to get 16 times 12.5, and we should hopefully get 200. And if we get 200, we know we did it right. And if we don't, we got to go back and figure this out. So we get 200. Just checking on the calculator. Boom, there it is. I'll let you create the story problem. That's kind of more of a fun challenge for you to do. Let's solve this equation now. Well, I want you to notice what is different. We have x divided by 100. So what you got to do is the opposite. Well, notice in this case, this was multiplying, right? Multiplying. Obviously, it's hard to write with the mouse. Here we are dividing. And so remember, you always want to undo the opposite. So the next question is, what's the opposite of dividing? Well, multiplying. So we need to multiply both sides by, well, what do we multiply both sides by? Well, we got to multiply it by 10 because this is the number on the bottom. So multiply by 10, multiply by 10. And when we do that, 10 divided by 10 is 1, or in a lot of ways, you can just say they cancel out and you get x is equal to, and now we got to do 2,000 times 10. So 2,000 times 10, and we get 20,000 right here. Boom. Now, how can we check our work? Well, very similarly, we're going to take this answer and we're going to plug it back into here. So I'm going to get 20,000 divided by 10, and we better get 2,000. So again, I'm going to grab my calculator. 20,000 divided by 10. Boom, we get 2,000. So now we know that we did this problem correctly. Awesome. This is a quick video showing you how to solve one-step equations. The next one will be on how to solve two-step.